Alright, so, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Continuing off again from the same point, so pretty much left off, except that I've actually gone ahead and more or less figured out what the heck I'm doing with this pose. Still not quite in the right spot that I would quite like it, but it is an improvement from yesterday where it was a complete mess. Have I completely removed the mess? I have. So running with a bit more of a forward-leaning position here. Kind of see like some of the lines I've already set in, which will help direct everything. Kind of relying on the sash here to really fill in a bit of space. Let's see how that goes, but I think I can work around this at least somewhat. You want to press the breasts in maybe a little bit more than I normally would. Or I could go over it, but why do I have hiccups? Oh wait. The main bit actually need to start the breasts from quite a bit lower based on the angle we're at here. And why is there a bug flying right in my face? What the heck is this? I think the way I'm doing the breasts in general aren't very good. That's like mainly the bit that you figure out at this point. So the angle we're at, this actually needs to be a much lower line here. Almost like that. Looking something closer to that. I think I should really sash this in a bit more. Let's go wrap around this in a lot more so that's closer to the body based on where this is going. That's actually too low now, isn't it? I don't like where I was sitting before. That puts this kind of over the top, like this will wrap kind of hard inwards. The sash will be going over this part regardless, so the sash will be coming through like here. Really having a breast stick out quite a bit here. I think what I need to do is actually just bring this way in general. Let's just enter the body's angle a little bit more here. Well, that's not a sound PC should be making. Let's just cool it down a little. So essentially wrapping this very tightly around the body. You kind of see like there's effectively a couple of separate layers that actually go on top of the sash here. Which means that there'll be a couple layers thick regardless. Is there a separation here? What's happening here? Oh jeez, the hiccups. Oh wait. I think I actually need the flower to be lower. Oh boy. Oh, why do you got hiccup? It's like downing with the water I prepared. Alright, I'm gonna get some more. Okay, that's restocked. Bum. Alright, Okay. We wrap this very aggressively around her body. Then we could get away almost with one like this. It's almost like sashing into her body. Then the bow will end up like here. Below the flower, which needs to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a horrific flower. I mean something like that. I think like actually turn the whole flower a bit more. Let's not worry about the flower too much at this exact moment, just worry about how this is coming down the body. Then this will wrap. But we consider that this is like a tight wrap around the body, even if we lean the body out like this. This is kind of where I was looking at the split here in the kimono itself, like so. So if we just squeeze our breast down a lot, just like go. I'm just gonna actually like not have it look absolutely ridiculous. But I lean her over that much. I actually need to go like breast into sash underneath top of the body be coming through here? And just completely ignore the... let's get that out of there. There's hair coming down. Do we put the down shell, whatever you call that, over the top, draped over his shoulders as well? Was that cleanly goes over her shoulders and then wraps around. It's not going to be too visible, which is kind of useful here, but her shoulders, the sleeves on these kind of kimonos work by only having the long bit on the upper... No, it's like along the whole thing, isn't it? It's like from about halfway down the upper arm. So from about here, that's what will like come through, and actually pretty much just like come through, is like hanging immediately. And then if the table is here, then this will have to roll over the table a bit. Maybe this will what? This will actually follow arm most of the way down, wouldn't it? Until it has to bend over the table. The top of the sleeve itself is mostly just a circular opening right at the end here, where we're going to have to like squeeze the opening out this way and have this really how'd this work? So we'll have like a bit folded over here, but the rest of this will just like crimp in underneath this. Do I need to have her? I do need to have her hair coming to the outside as well. So this is going to go over a shoulder, over a shoulder. Going to have the opening of the sleeve like here. And then that connects into the bit that hangs underneath. This will just hang all the way from here. It's actually fixed, so I actually want this to cover over her arm pretty aggressively. Actually, I'm not covering over the shoulders aggressively enough right now, am I? Should go like even further over. And then this has to go... How's this go? This goes... What are we looking at here? So you'll go over, wrap, over... Just like wrap like that behind her. I mean, you won't see the spine, this will be behind the sleeve. That's not really a problem. Her hair will go behind that as well. How much should her curly ass hair go around this side? At least be able to see like a bit of her hair curling past here. What line is that? Oh, that's not good. Never a good sign. You know, go. What's this go on? Like this down her body? Do we stick her breast out by a lot? Had to be something like that, where her hand is coming out. Thumb on the inside. Move the box a little bit, but I think I had to go over more. I feel like this just has to be. We need to back the hand up a little bit. Because even the hand is like here. The hand can actually be in quite a bit. Hello there, how you doing? That puts this significantly further down, because that just means they'll have to wrap this around here. This can still go like that. Let's go. Should I know what that is? I mean, looking at the spelling, that looks like a Chinese name, so I'm presuming that's coming from something that is a... Oh. Oh, the... Was it degradation thingies? Is it the, those raids? Or what effectively is the raids? I think he brings his arm inwards. Let's get a lot of leeway with how thick this actually needs to be. Should wait. Oh, there's hands on backwards. That explains a lot. Okay. I'll be real, I don't think I know any of the names, because it pops up very briefly right at the start and then honestly it doesn't matter. It's definitely one of those things where I have a better idea what they look like than what they're called. You know, that's kind of how I play every game. I'm very bad at remembering names. I mean, I can very confidently say that for a very long period of time, when a lot of my friends really liked to do big parties in League, we pretty much had like some short form descriptive name for like every single hero in the game. I mean, some of them got kind of long, but and they're definitely way longer than just calling the character by the name. But it's one of those things where like within your friend group, you just kind of end up with these ways that you say things. What about there? I think I'm just gonna hide most of this underneath the kimono and just not worry about the actual shape of the arm too much. That just actually sounds like a not horrifically unreasonable name. You want a name that someone outside the friend group definitely doesn't understand. My group called one of the heroes from League emo anime fuckboy, I think. Was it emo anime fuckboy or was it goth anime fuckboy? It was something anime fuckboy, that's what I remember. I'm gonna just push this into here. Let this really hang. This hangs from like around here. Actually, I just need to turn the hand a bit more here. Definitely need to turn the hand a bit more here. I'm gonna turn the hand so that only the thumb is on this side, so we're actually bringing the hand around so that the remaining fingers are going behind the cheek instead. That's the most reasonable way I can do this hand. That actually makes this look way less insane. I mean, sometimes whenever I start calling things by random names, there's actually a pretty far beyond non-zero chance that I'm playing the game in a different language from my friends. Which definitely causes a breakdown in communications at times. But for the most part, at the very least, we understand each other enough that we can usually figure out the heck we're talking about, which is always a good sign of friendship. Okay, what am I looking at now? Okay, the insanity has mostly dropped away. And then I still have hiccups. Why do I still have hiccups? Down like 2 full cups of water already. I'm sure you talked about that with less context, you'll be put on a list somewhere. Talking about exploding apartments. On the exploding note, someone is shooting up New Year's fireworks at 9 PM. So I don't know if you can hear that, but I can definitely see the flashes coming through my curtain. It's not even midnight yet and they're already shooting off New Year's fireworks, so that's pretty wild. Hopefully they'll be done before midnight though, so people can sleep. Actually, I don't know if you're allowed to shoot fireworks late at night here. Not sure they passed a law a while back, because there's definitely a bunch of laws that prevent people from shooting fireworks and even on private property. Or there's like a lot of restrictions on what you can shoot up. At least at the very least, all of the fireworks stuff I think I see on social media are like almost entirely from America. And there's usually people who have like these big, what was it? More rural homes where they have like giant yards shooting fireworks. I actually don't know if the more rural areas here would shoot fireworks up since they have the space for it. I mean, I've known one person ever, I think, that lives in a more, well, that I've actually seen their home in a more rural area, because I drove him home once after we were coming back from the shops. We're coming back from the card shops after Yu-Gi-Oh night. That was like the most nerdy car drive ever. But he lived in like a spot that was like, there was like no lights because he was like out into like the countryside, and the only sign I passed the whole time was what was it? Drive slow, high crash zone. That was one sign that I passed. It was like, high crash zone. Have fun with that. There was like literally no lights until I was like over halfway up his driveway. Like he was so far off the road as well. What do I need to do here? I need to draw a hand of some kind. I mean, the Yu-Gi-Oh! I haven't gone to a card shop for like locals in a long time. I went a little bit, like pre-COVID era, but after Master Duel came out, I played all of my card games online. It didn't really matter too much for me in a way, since I was the collector that was going to the shop. So honestly, whenever I did play with them, I was the one that was there to get absolutely dunked on. Then it was like, and then COVID happened, and then now I just play card games online where I don't have to have physical cards, which is very nice. Man, I took a look at was it the Pokemon card game simulator thing that they brought out recently, but don't know about that one. Since that one was similar, well, the way it was described to me was that it was similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, where it was like a very low-powered version of the game. Yeah, it's like, especially since in particular Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like very expensive compared to other card games. Because like I always hear like you can have a competitive deck for Pokemon in like $50, and your main like actual, I think you still have a side deck. I actually don't know if you have a side deck in Pokemon. But it's like your deck size is like larger, because I think Pokemon's what, 60 cards as the minimum? You can like finish a deck in $50. Well, that's US dollars. And then whenever people talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks, just getting the generic staples you need is like, I think was it Fuvalos is still $70. I think the price has gone down a little bit. Oh, has it gone up? Because everyone's really bought it out, and the remaining ones are all high value now. At least I think Fuvalos was like still really expensive. Not like I need to worry about that for a while, since playing digital means I'm playing like half a year behind. This is not how what a hand looks like. Okay, we have knuckle, 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 knuckle like that. I'll just kind of rough this in right now. I'm probably going to look up a proper... I think this should be closer. Okay, well, that's good enough for a sketch for now. Oh, that's horrific. I guess that's also how I feel about buying skins on some games. Actually, I don't think I've ever bought a skin. It's like I played a fair number of games which has a primarily cosmetic focused economy market. What's it called? Market strategy. But I've definitely never taken part in actually buying a skin and supporting the game. I just play the game. I don't buy anything. Yeah, I mean, most free-to-play games are like cosmetic based. And I do know was that I watched a video a little while ago when talking about how the League of Legends card game really messed up their monetization because they decided to not monetize the most addictive part of the card game. Because was it the main one of the draw points that they wanted to create for it was that the card pool was very accessible without having to like pay a shit ton of money for packs, which sounds absolutely insane for like the monetization strategy for a card game. I mean, that's always how it goes, right? It's like supply and demand. If the demand is like high because it's a rare thing that you can't get, then the price just shoots up. I mean, I have some things from when I played a tiny bit of Team Fortress. I don't know what any of these are. Cosmetic case. What the hell is this? I don't know what this is. Another case. What the heck is this? A hat? I don't know what any of these things are. I think I sold everything that was that could be traded. A badge. What's the badge on the TF2? What this thing? What this thing? I mean, I can tell you that I've played TF2 for probably about 2 hours. Because we played it during class. The bronze, what this thing? What this level 5 badge? ...2013. Oh wait. I don't know if that's when I played it or not. I actually don't know when I played TF2. The fun bit is that I don't think it's actually in my Steam library because it's a free game. Because I did not run it on this machine. I ran it on a school machine. Do I have this? Yeah, I don't think I have Team Fortress 2 on my Steam. Yeah, I don't. I mean, the favorite thing that my friends like to say when they look at my Steam is that it's very colorful, because almost everything I play is incredibly colorful. Even though there's actually a good number of games I haven't played. I've like bought the game like a long time ago, I haven't played. I mean, it's like kind of the same thing that happened with Knives, wasn't it? With CSGO. I mean, that's like a whole different problem because of the gambling like scene that's grown from it, but fingers need to be. You know, my friends always like to talk about how I was very good at playing games into the ground instead of buying a lot of new games. It's like, in theory, I could get into speed running, seeing as I can sit down and play the same game over and over again without getting tired of it. To an extent. Probably can't do it to an extent of a speedrunner, but I could definitely grind a game into the ground. You know, I don't think I've ever 100%ed a game. Yeah, I've never 100%ed any games. I mean, ignore VTube Studio there with the 2,000 hours. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! For 900 hours. That's that's freaking sad. I played Skyrim for 781 hours. I can tell you I've never finished the game. I have only played modded Skyrim ever. Monster Hunter World, 600 hours. And I still haven't 100%ed the game. Like, that's actually a lot of achievements I don't have. I mean, that's the VTube Studio before VTube Studio. Some of these games I haven't touched in forever. I mean, Fallout 4 I've never finished the game either. I played like 360 hours. Well, this is a online game. And then it's like all of these games are like well over 100 hours. I actually don't know how long I've played Minecraft for. There's definitely bursts of time where I played more Minecraft, but I think this hand needs to be bigger. Is there much of a competitive scene for TF2 anymore? I don't even think I really heard about it very much. Like, back in the day when there was less of these type of games. like in that specific genre. Oh yeah, sounds about right. Okay, I need to figure out what I'm doing with Monika's hands now. Oh right, this is where I'm going to have to dig out some hand references. I mean, I know there's still a lot of people that play. I just don't think I've ever heard of like any particularly big name tournaments of any kind or anything. Okay, I know for a fact I have chopsticks hand references somewhere. Because definitely something that I'll need at some point. That is a pencil. That is fork. That's a fan. That is not actually holding the chopsticks. That's a tissue tube. I am pretty sure. Oh, yeah, here we go. Wait, I don't think I have this one. Save that one, and save this one, and save. Why is it telling me to save this as feet? Please save as hands. Save this as hands, and then save this as hands. And I don't know if I had this one, let's just save that as well. I don't know if I had this one, save that one as well. I do this every time I look at hands. Okay, I mean, that's how all grassroots are, isn't it? When, the people play because they like the game. That's like that happens if the game isn't updated a lot, isn't it? Unless someone is very aggressively trying to break the meta. Because like, for a game that isn't changing a lot, it's either you play what people have found optimized, or you have to try and break the meta somehow. Let's see. So looking at hand, this is right. So hand down to. Yeah, we need to go something like that where it drags over, and then we're gonna have hand stick up from here. I didn't even know how to feel about fast, like, gun games of any kind. Because that was like the thing I found with, I mean, playing it is like a lot more interesting than watching it, but I mean, I'm not particularly competitive, so I prefer to consume my competitive gaming by watching as a spectator. And usually faster shooters are really hard to watch. Oh yeah. I feel like that happens with like majority of games, isn't it? If you reach a certain level of skill, then it's almost entirely like mobility. Like your ability to move becomes like the biggest factor in every game the moment the skill level has like peaked. Uh, bu- bu- bum. That's also why it's not a game like Valorant or Counter-Strike, where you can just opt someone. Just sit in the spot and just absolutely blast someone's face off the op. Yeah, I think when I played that one time, I was mostly playing Pyro. And that was 90% because my two choices for, or as someone who lacked the ability to aim, was to either have a shotgun or have a flamethrower. Those were my two choices. Because I am pretty bad at shooters, and I can tell you I usually suck even if I'm using an SMG. Like even with an SMG, I need like a lot of aim assist to shoot correctly. Yeah. I feel like I hear more about Quake than I hear anything about Team Fortress. Or maybe it's just because I'm old. That might be also a factor. I mean, I haven't heard anything about Quake in several years as well, so might just be an age thing. Man, I know one of my friends finds it absolutely insane that my two choices when playing a shooter is to either have a flamethrower or be the healer. And isn't that pretty consistent throughout like any shooter? You are shooting people with guns. Like, if there's one thing history has taught us, is that it turns out that guns are pretty good at shooting people down. I mean, it really just depends on whether you count like 2 seconds as a short time or a long time, isn't it? I mean, I'm not good at shooters, so like 2 seconds in a shooter for me is very fast. But I'm sure for someone who is well versed in how to play them, 2 seconds will be a very long time. So we need to stick the chopsticks through the gap here. Let's just kinda put this through here for now. I think the last like game that had primarily shooting as the main mechanic that I played, what was it? It was probably the Sword Art game. Yeah, it was probably the Sword Art game that I played. And that has a shit ton of aim assist. Actually, that game has an absurd level aim assist because it's got aim assist as just part of the game system, and then it's got the in-universe aim assist layered on top of that. What was the scoring system for Team Fortress? Is it like Overwatch where it's different per map, or is it just like a set thing? Okay, well, roughly let's make this a bit longer. You know, it's a lot harder to miss when you roll around with a flamethrower. All of my friends who actually play any kind of FPS was significantly better at shooting, so the only way I could play with them was to not shoot at them and just aim roughly in the direction. Oh yeah, so it's like the Overwatch style, like different game modes. I mean, that was like what was that zombie game? Let me see if I can find it. There was a zombie wave game that my friends played a lot. Killing Floor. It was like, it's like Call of Duty Zombies, but it's only Call of Duty Zombies, basically. And one of my friends really hated it that I out-killed playing Pyro. Because I just lit everything on fire. It was great. Left 4 Dead I haven't played in a while, even though my friends don't like playing Left 4 Dead with me because I didn't start playing it until I started doing content creation, so I always go for the funny moment. I mean, that's one thing I think my friends learned after a while, after I started doing the content creation as a hobby, is that either if I'm not playing support, then I'm going to try to do something funny. I just need to go hand around bowl here. I think I've got hand around bowl references somewhere as well. I do. Let's go with that. Do I have like a less curriculum? I do. Wow. Okay, I'll just work on this for now. Open that, a new tab, and then do this. How do I need to aim this? I need to aim this so that bowl is opening below this. Somewhat work for perspective, which will be not like this. Something like that. Okay, so then you bring this down, and we want to hold this in a way where... let's see... matter of is this in the air or on the table? If it's on the table, how do I want to do this? I feel like every single game ends up being mostly like a big mobility game after a while. That's also things like, if the game isn't changing very much, then you can actually like master how to play something in the game. Because I feel like that's always like a problem in games that get patched a lot. Because it's really hard to what do you call it? Choose to like really focus in on something and master it. Especially if it's like prone to change at some point. This needs to be bigger. Let's see. Man, I guess it's still a good thing that even with all the different things in the game, sniper is still sniper. Like, if you can't just pop someone, then you aren't doing sniper correctly. Okay, so hand is coming forward. So be going what? Over the top here. I mean, I feel like positioning is a pretty consistent thing over any kind of FPS. I want to just like wrap some fingers around. It wasn't that's the guy's Gallic gun, right? Like the big guy. Like, isn't your whole job just like be in the way somewhere where it's really hard to like get past? So if you have a good line of sight, then that they can't just easily try and just snipe you through like this little gap. You can just stand there and just be annoying. I mean, that's like also good in a way, right? Because it also means that it's most likely the thing that you see that you might consider playing the game. It's like the thing you might want to try. So it's... I'd say it's not necessary to have the most recognizable thing be the thing with skill expression. I am not doing this. Yeah, but like, that's easy to learn for someone who wants to learn the game, right? If you just grab someone who doesn't play FPSs in any way and just got them to play, then getting them to be the big guy who's a little hard to kill that just spray and prays is going to be significantly more effective than getting them to play anything else. Wait, no, thumb on. Thumb is over here. Thumb needs to come like up here somewhere. Okay, I need a different image of a bowl. I mean, I don't know how often you've tried to get someone who doesn't play games to learn how to play a game. But if someone doesn't have like a gaming sense, they will like really struggle to pick up literally anything. Because like if you consider yourself a gamer, right? If you were to be given like super old school Mario, you'd probably be able to figure out how to like move and how to jump, and then because like you understand roughly how games work, you'll be able to combine the two and run and like jump horizontally. Like the level of not a gamer I'm talking about is that it took me about 30 minutes, like I am not exaggerating here, it took me probably 30 minutes to an hour to teach someone how to run and jump in a platformer. That is the level of like they don't play games that we're talking about. Because I can probably guarantee you, like, if I got that person to try and play TF2, they would not know how to turn the gun, like, change their view and shoot at the same time. They'll have, like, turn and then shoot. Like, I don't think they'll be able to move and shoot either. Like, telling them to strafe would probably take... Well, like, teaching them how to strafe would probably teach them, like, over an hour to, like, teach properly. Like, you shouldn't underestimate how much it actually matters to have, like, some level of gaming sense to, like, learn any game. I cannot find the reference I need. I cannot find the reference I need. I'm just like looking at bowl of rice after bowl of rice. I guess it's like, was it? You really wouldn't, like, as a gamer, you really wouldn't expect how difficult it was. Like, unless you do it yourself, you just can't understand how difficult it was to teach someone, okay, you can move with left and right, you hold right, and your character moves right. You press the jump button, and they jump, and if you press them together, they will jump horizontally. And that took half an hour. Like, that literally took freaking half an hour to teach. Like, you really had to experience that to, like, actually realize how ridiculous that is. I mean, I don't know how common that would be nowadays, because I will say that person was probably, like, 8 to 9 years older than me, I think. and they were like primarily like a movie person, I think, in terms of what they like to do as a hobby or like for leisure. And there's also the fact that they weren't stupid either. They were like a really smart person. And I still can't find this hand reference I'm looking for. What the heck is this? Very much so. Okay, I think I found it. Okay, we'll go something like this, where we need to put the thumb up and around the top. So... no, I actually want the thumb to go like on the side of the bowl here. I mean, it's a good thing that for that assignment in particular, the only thing I had to teach her was how to... I think it was either how to Mario or how to Kirby. I think it was how to Mario. I don't think it was how to Kirby. If Kirby would have been too hard. Yeah, I don't think there would have been any way I would have been able to teach Kirby. Kirby's got extra buttons. I mean, that's how it goes for like everything, right? Like... Well, I mean, Pokemon is like menuing, right? Like, it's how well can you navigate a menu? I mean, that's the same for like every like old school style RPG that hasn't really changed the formula in forever. I mean, it's a different skill set, right? Like, if you get someone to learn how to play Pokemon that like doesn't have gaming sense to play like anything, like any games, if they can learn how to play Pokemon, they still can't play anything else because it's just menuing. Like, there's like no other major qualities to the game. It's like navigating a program with just arrow keys and confirm and cancel. I don't know what I'm doing with this hand at this point. Do we just go under the ball? No, I have to just go under the ball. Under the ball's easier. So we need to basically bring the hand through like here. I mean, I do feel like I have like some ability to talk about topics like this since I did go through like actual proper education because my last degree was on game development. I have like some ability to talk about it in a sensible way. As much as all of the papers I wrote were like primarily on censorship. I wrote one paper on AI and I wrote one paper on censorship. mean, the AI paper was pretty funny because I got to include a picture of Skynet in my presentation. So that was fun. It's definitely a good presentation with I could tell people that the world was ending because of AI. I mean, that was like, how many, was that before? That was definitely before, like, image generation AI became a big thing. I think that was still when it was in the realm of like industry, like NASA computer GPU requirements. When I read that paper, I'm pretty sure it wasn't like something you could run commercially on like just your home PC yet. Okay, so hand goes underneath. Yeah, that was the one where I couldn't find any papers on censorship, so I looked up hentai on Google Scholar. And immediately found the results. I mean, I didn't find like actual hentai. I found scholarly papers that talked about censorship, despite the fact that searching for censorship did not bring those scholarly papers up. I mean, I should have told my lecturer that I was 100% going to be writing in like the very gray zone of censorship stuff, because the argument that I had to present was the removal of content in video games just to decrease the age rating and localization, which honestly, even to this day, I find completely pointless. Like, the people who want to play this game were not going to be the kids to begin with. Like, you don't need to purposely remove content to make it appropriate for kids. The kids were going to play this. Oh, this is horrific. So it was just very convenient that prior to having to write that paper, I happened to play a game which had removed content, which people were pretty adamant that there was no point removing it because it's not like this game was targeted towards kids anyway. It was a very pointless removal of content. So you may as well just lift it in and let the goom the goomers like enjoy it. Actually, I can't remember why. Actually, no, that game wasn't out until after that time. I played another game that was like, I mean, I have a fair number of Idea Factory games that are a little bit raunchy at times, but where is it? Let's see, where are we? We are looking at... So there was this game that I wrote a paper on. Because there was a little... I actually don't know what it was for because I never used it. But there was a little mini game where you could straight up bathe the characters, because something to do with soap. I think you got like a bunch of stat bonuses with soap, and then uncensored version, there was a mini game attached to the bathhouse where you'd actually wash the soap bubbles off the characters. And that was removed for the Western release. And I think the original version was rated for 16 plus, I think. And then the localized version was rated at 10 plus. Which was absolutely wild, because half the characters in this game have like pretty wild fetishes. There's like a JRPG, so there's a ton of dialogue. And there's a good number of characters with that like wild out a little bit in the dialogue. So it definitely wasn't a kid's game, even with the localization. I mean, it was another one of those games where it's the dialogue portions are fully voiced, so it was very jarring to have the localized lines next to the original Japanese voices. But in terms of where is it? It's not under. What did I put under? What's the category? I think it was done. Do I have dungeon crawling? I mean, Idea Factory does some pretty wild games. This game is a dungeon crawler, but as part of the game, you pretty much beat up these monster girls, and then you essentially capture them or something. I can't remember exactly because I haven't played the game in a very long time. I think at the time I described the mechanic as it's like Pokemon but with monster girls. Because you have to like kind of beat them up first before you capture them. And it's very much one of those games where because it's a fully female cast, instead of getting bruised and cut and bleed, all of the damage to the girls is measured in how much their clothes are broken. And I'm pretty sure in the final part when you capture them, they are completely naked. I mean, it's censored, but they're completely naked. So that was a thing. At least they had the decency to not bother trying to censor that game. I'm sticking the fingers out too far. I'm gonna bring these in a bit. Okay, what kind of sanity have I created? Literally just need to like have this go like over the top here. And make this look very thick. Does this have the... I mean, it's still thick, it's just not quite as rolled out. Oh, I guess also as one of those mini beautiful games where the damage to cute anime girls is measured in the damage to their clothing. There was a lot of moaning. There was a lot of moaning. Oh dear. I feel like I definitely used to play a lot more games that water out a little bit more. Nowadays, I mean, apart from the fact I don't play mini games at all, in terms of variety, but definitely wild out a bit less. Or if they do wild out, it's the intention to fully wild out. Let's just go. Bup, bup, bum. I think there was like some one very random time. I don't know why it came up, but someone asked me why I very openly just talked about how I've went and played oh no, I think I do remember why. At one point I really wanted to try and get into doing a lot more animation stuff with Live 2D, and the most applicable field that I found examples for it in was in adult games in the mobile market. So I went and played a whole bunch of them, and someone was like, is there actually a lot of stuff to look at there? It's like, yes there is. Because it turns out that the glorious motion of population is very much a looping animation, and it very much works for usage in Live 2D. Let's just go. But then I realized that I wasn't good enough at drawing the human body in its most detailed state. Let's draw the ear into there. It's facing forward enough for me to go like... maybe in a bit more. Alright, how do I feel about the hands there? Definitely need to include a we should like put this over the hands completely. No, I wanted to have this around, so like the fingers actually have to go around this completely. Let's see. Okay, how do I feel about that? I mean, apart from the fact that I need to redraw some of the hands afterwards anyway. It's not completely insane anymore. We're just gonna shift you like this way. Just hide a bit of Saren's hand behind the box so I don't have to draw as much of it. This hand needs to be bigger. Oh. This thumb needs to be a different angle. Oh, how do I feel about that? Definitely squeeze the hands more into the sleeve. You actually miss that often. I feel like most of the time the problem with snipers tends to be when the enemy is like behind something. And it just hits the obstacle instead of hitting the enemy. Like I never actually felt like accuracy really does anything. Or maybe I just don't play any of the modes that where it actually matters. I need to like really look at what I'm doing with Sesh. How tightly does this wrap around her body? That's always like the main problem here. That was a full-on PvP. The one game mode where accuracy actually matters. I don't think I've... Ever since they added that... the little thing to, let you just skip the battle... like, skip watching the battle for PvP. I don't think I've actually ever paid attention to anything. I just let it roll. It just does its thing, and then the fight's over, and then either it tells me I won or I haven't won. How do I think the head is fine. I need to figure out the best way to express how absurdly curly her hair is. It's really just this part, right? It's her breast. Oh, wait. I guess I can have the sash pull in like this against the material here. I want the material to be a little bit thicker than her body line as well. Go like that. Or give like a generous extension to her body line. Doesn't it just do the full auto thing where it'll just rotate through the skills? I feel like that was how it was set up. It was just like full auto use skills as they rotate around. Well, do I need to just force this more against the shape of her breasts here? I mean, that's what happens when you build a team the way you want, right? It's not optimal, but it'll do it. This need to work. I really don't know what I'm doing this for. I really feel like I should just not try and make her breast look so big. Especially given that kimonos are clothing that really make the figure look a lot more slender than it might actually be underneath. Is that the full optimized team these days? Hmm. Bring the session a bit. Bring the session a lot, actually, just to make this part of the body look way more horizontal. That's kind of where it's actually sitting at. There's a lot of lines here. Oh, way. Hmm. I feel like Mika's been in PvP since she released. Like, I think I should either like reduce how thick I'm making her. Just rely on the kimono to make it look more slender. Hmm. Anything I should know about the side of a kimono like this? Not really. Hmm. 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 Okay, I feel okay with lining Monika in. I still am not entirely sure about all the parts on Saren. Well, let's be smart about this and do this in separate layers. Alright. One. Alright, what the heck is happening here? Alright, perspective. Do I mean, I kind of very vaguely drew the perspective, but that is a crazy place to have it. Was that my vanishing point? No, that. Oh yeah, that is my vanishing point. Well, that's a crazy spot for my vanishing point to be. Let's I mean, it doesn't really matter that much if my circle is like a nice circle or not. Let's go with that for now. Let's go. Is that the more important thing during PvP is consistency? I mean, it's still like some randomness. I mean, I don't know how random it is in terms of with the team order affects which skills comes out first. I mean, if team order affects what skills come out first and in what order, then technically you can solve the battle, because it means that you can do the exact same thing every time. Indeed. Well, I've really just free-handed this super hard. I just knocked all the base part of the bowl. Gym is not particularly visible. Let's see. Okay, doesn't look like a complete insanity. Maybe we'll just change the angle of the pinky a little bit so that's more just straight down instead of... Sure. Alright, okay, let's not snap that to a perspective ruler. That might help. That's a thick ass line. Okay, so something like that. Do you know what the roll is? Okay, then we need to take a line that goes from here to here. Cut off the little bit that goes through here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the hand is something roughly like that. The thumb will go on the other side of the chopstick. So don't worry about the thumb quite as much. Now I should be facing away from the... Indeed. What am I dealing with here? So this seals back together. And then forms into the very long sleeve that would 100% end up dragging a little bit along the as long as it end. How much would this drag along the table? Or should it drag back towards the edge of the table so that it just flops off? Flops back over the table. Everything kind of needs to flop one way just to accommodate the cloth just being very long. It's not like it will just split, press down and split open either, because it's just a solid pocket of cloth pretty much once it reaches the lower parts. Alright, well, I'll figure out how to deal with the sleeves next time. Mostly, for the most part, not interacting with the environment too much. It's just like the edges against tables. As long as I kind of flop it off the table, should be okay. So I need to figure out what to do with the inside of the bowl as well. I need to put something in there. Figure out that. Usually it'll be what? Those like little red bean soup balls. The soup mochi. Alright, but either way, I'll leave us off here for now. Probably line in the whole of Monika next time. I feel pretty good about where she's at. And then I'll see how I feel about Saren after that I'm done with that. I'm working with her in a kneeling pose, along with being also half hit taller. Main thing I think is just whether to really rely on these very heavy, thick kimonos' ability to hide the figure of the body, like the curves of the body. Alright, so anyways, thank you very much for watching today's session of more roughing and sketching and drafting. Next time will be mostly line stuff, and it will be officially a new year. So we'll see if I'm still losing my mind to the same things next year, which basically is yes. But either way, if you want to see more of this stuff, and be subscribed or following, depending where you're watching from, leave a like because it helps me out, and see you all again next year.